Okay, let's start making our challenging goals now. Again, I don't know whether you saw the 3 videos that I sent you, but there are 3 myths of goal setting. I'll just quickly put them down here so that anyone who's not gone through it can understand the 3 myths. The first myth of goal setting is set an easy to achieve goal. Myth. What is more exciting is select a challenging to achieve goal. Why is that? Whatever goal you achieve or you want to achieve will be beyond where you are today. So it's something like this. So this is where we are. Right? This is where my present state is. This is my existing status. A goal is always beyond where I am. So this is my goal. So easy or difficult, irrespective of what it is, my goal will always be beyond where I am today. Okay, if that is so, the first thing that I need to do to achieve any goal of mine is move out of my comfort zone. This is my comfort zone. Right? When you move out of your comfort zone, what happens? You feel pain. So whenever you get out of your comfort zone, one thing certain that's going to happen is you're going to feel pain. Once you feel pain, then you're going to look at your goal, and a goal is always associated with a reward. If you find the reward is not big enough to accept this pain, what will you do? You say, to hell with it, let me go back. Right? However, if this reward is inspiring, if your goal is inspiring, and you take the first step outside and you feel pain, when you look at the reward and say, my God, once I reach there, imagine what I'm going to feel, the kind of reward that I'm going to feel, and thinking of that reward, you will continuously take those small steps of pain and accept those painful steps of movement and journey forward. So that's the first myth of goal setting. And the myth of goal setting is choose inspiring to achieve goals, not simple to achieve. The second myth of goal setting was I must know how to achieve a goal before I set it. I must know how to achieve a goal before I set it. Meaning what? I should have made a plan, and the plan that I make must be made so well that it will work perfectly fine without any hiccups at all. And what did we realize? That's a myth. Right? We said this is a myth. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So this is a myth. Why? Because any plan that we make will fail, have no doubt about it. But the very fact that we know that a plan once made will have its own areas of failure through which I will learn. If that is acceptance is known to you and me, we will be able to accept those failures in our lives because we know that is a very natural way of things to happen. Right? A lot of people fall in love because they spend so much time making a plan towards the goal, invested effort, time, money, got all consultants, experts, that they keep sticking to their plan even though the environment has changed, even though they are failing in achieving the results that they want, but they are refusing to make the change in the plan. So the second myth is, and the reality is what? Every plan will fail. And through this failure will come learning, which will help us make the adjustments that are required to finally achieve the goal that I want. Third myth is very interesting myth, and don't switch off your laptops before you understand the answer to it. Because once I give you this myth, you will say, what the hell is he talking about? And the myth is the main reason why we set goals are to achieve them. Myth. So if the main reason of why we set goals are not to achieve them, then what is it? The main reason why we set goals are to grow, period. Nothing more, nothing less. So if I have an inspiring goal, which is not an easy goal, and through that journey, I keep making the right adjustments and learning new skills and getting more resources and learning more and changing my plan, even if I don't achieve the goal, I should not get disheartened that the goal has not been achieved. I should look back and look at the journey of growth and say, my God, look at this. I have achieved that. In fact, I was coaching one of these corporate, very senior people. And in this interaction that I had with them, they had got two professional goals, one personal goal, and one of the personal goals was I want to get fit and more healthy. And for that, they had taken a very simple thing. He said, I will go for a walk 5 times a week. So I met him after a month and I said, just take his name. Hi Rajesh, how are you? How are things going? How's goal number 1? How's goal number 2? How's goal number 3? So when I came to goal number 3, he said, Pawan, nothing's happening. I am sorry, I'm a complete failure. I will never get healthy. I will lose entire my everything because of my health. I said, what happened? He said, Pawan, I promised you 5 days a week, right? Do you know what I did? I did only 3 days a week. Some weeks I was able to do 4, but most of the time, on an average, I was just going for my walk 3 days a week for 1 hour. I kind of failed in achieving my 5 days of walk. So I said, Rajesh, just tell me one thing. How much of this walk were you going for before you even started this journey with me? He said, 0. I said, imagine what you are doing. Can you even see the success story? Here you were never going for a walk ever. And now you're going 3 times a week and you're taking it as a failure. Acknowledge the growth that has taken place. Celebrate the growth and appreciate yourself. And having done that, now take the next step to get there. So the main reason any one of us should take goals are to grow as a human being, both personally and professionally. Now, how do you make this? Again, there's an entire methodology of doing it. Write down your various roles of your life, the roles that you are playing, both in your personal life and professional life. Having written down those roles, ask yourself, are you satisfied in that role or not? Right? So if I was to make a professional roles, I'm a coach, I'm a facilitator, I'm also a CEO or a business development guy, right? And I'm also a learner. So I write down all these 4 areas here and say, which of the areas I'm satisfied in. So I write down satisfied, not satisfied. In my personal life, I'm a father, I'm a parent, I'm a financial provider, I'm a person who needs to look after the most important person in my life, that is me, right? So write down all these 4 roles that I'm having. Again, write down satisfied or not satisfied. The first thing is identify various roles, both professional and personal. Which are some of these where you are satisfied in what you are doing and which of you are not satisfied. The third element that you need to now write down is, after I now written not satisfied, just pick up the not satisfied and say, are these truly significant in my life? Some of them will have lesser significance, but what are we wanting to work on? I call them the tipping point behaviors. Tipping point goals. The goals, if I achieve, my life is going to change for the better big time, not small time. So based on the not satisfied and the significant, then you come up to say, what are my 3 to 4 priorities for the year? Write down 1, 2, 3, 4. Write down 4 at the maximum 5, not more than that. We in our experience of coaching people have identified 3 to be the best number, which people need to work on week to improve. So 3 are the ones that you will take as your most significant goals. I call them the most important goals. If there are some which are important but not that important, you may need to work on them, maybe not on a regular basis, on every week, but maybe once in 10 days or once in 15 days. So based on that, you come to your goals. And this is what the Google CEO said, and this is in context to what I said. You know, the main reason why we set our goals is to grow, not to achieve them. He says, when we write our company's objectives, if we meet 70% of our objectives, we consider that a success. Because that meant that we took stretch goals, not easy goals, inspiring goals. And if I can achieve 70% of my inspiring goal, that is always better than taking an easy goal and achieving 100% of it. So, if we met 100% of our objectives, we think we didn't write them ambitiously enough. So, I rather take an ambitious goal and achieve 70% of it rather than taking an easy goal and achieve it, but my growth has been limited because at the end of it, my only focus, my only reason of taking a goal is to grow. John Maxwell says it beautifully. He says, be grow oriented, not grow goal oriented. So be grow oriented, not goal oriented. Goal should be there, but the main purpose is in the aim, in the journey of that growth, of achieving that goal, we must grow as a human being. So having done that, then we write down our 3 goals. The goals, again, from my experience, the best way to write them is verb. Verb is what? Increase, decrease, improve. So if it is reducing your weight, reduce. Reduce weight from 85 kg to 75 kg by 31st December 2021. Increase my relationships. Increase or improve relationships from 3 to 5 or 8. So 3 are the ones that I have got good relationships as of now. And now I want this to move to 8 relationships by 31st December 2021. Now this statement of yours will change every month. Again, this is different to what we have been told about goal setting. And what did they tell us about goal setting? Goals never change. But in this, one part of this will change every month, or it should. And that is the X part of it. So if I was to reduce my weight from 85 to 75, after the month, this 85 should ideally be at least 83. So the next time when I come to it, I say reduce weight from 83 to 75. Why is this important? Because it shows us that we are moving in the right direction. It is a cause of celebration. Because if I continue from 85 to 75, 85 to 75, my cause of celebration is going to happen when I reach 75. And that's too far off, yeah. Why can't I have celebrations for every success that I have? And that is why every month when this number X changes, and hopefully for the better, I'm going to have a celebration for myself. Yahoo! And if it doesn't, again, it's a great learning to me to say that while I'm doing some actions, the actions are not high impact. And because they are not high impact, I need to now start getting inputs and from other resources to find out what can I do that can really make the difference in my life. So 3 goals, verb, dash from X to Y by when is the statement of your goal setting that should be done. It holds true for even business goals. Let's say business goal, increase revenue from, there's a company we work with, 2,500 crores to 3,800 crores in 1 year. So next month, what will happen? 2,500 is what you would have reached maybe around 50 crores. So 50 crores to 3,800, 100 crores to 3,800. And every month you are seeing whether your journey of growth is happening or is it not. So inspiring vision made, your goal setting done.